but now they can hear us.
Now they can hear us. Hey guys.
Good morning, everyone. It
Good
is, holy cow,
morning.
what is it? It's September 9th, 8:33 in the morning. It is Alana Babineau. I never know how to say it. Babineau or Babineau?
Yeah, Babino.
Babineau.
Babino.
Babs. That's why
Babino.
everybody calls you Babs, because they look at that and go,
Babs.
is it Babineau? Oh, look, I've got you with Jason Westcott. Oh, let's fix that right now.
Oh,
Oh, hold
that's
on.
really awkward. That's
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there we go. Fixed it. And now we're good. Okay. So
Oh, wow. I was having an identity crisis just then.
you're like getting ready to go play hockey or something.
Yeah. I
Well,
don't know how
again,
to do that.
it's September 9th. Tim is on assignment. He's slacking. Come on. We know he's out of here. He's just doing what he's doing. So he's gone. So you've got the incredible, the incomparable Alana Babineau here, and we are going to be talking today about stuff. Well, we actually were talking offline about a few things that we're going to introduce a little bit. But what we want to do first here is, whoa, holy cow, there we go. We're going to talk about the calendar really quick because we got a lot going on. So I'm going to bring up my calendar. And we're going to go over that. By the way, we're on YouTube Live right now, too. Whenever you see me streaming live, as opposed to Tim, because, you know, he's a technological newbie, he doesn't really, how to do all that stuff. I'm streaming live
He
right
doesn't
now,
have he
too.
doesn't have every single version of the iPhone.
Okay. Okay, we're doing
He
that now.
doesn't. It's a fact.
That's true. It's a fact. It is a fact. What are you going to do? So he's a technology noob. He doesn't really know what he's doing. I say that with love. With love.
Great love.
So today is Thursday, so we have the Command 101 classes starting at 10 o'clock. But I was starting to say that we're on YouTube, which is kwtechtube.com. And the reason I say that is because I'm starting to get some traction there. Some people are starting to figure out that you can go there to view all of the training classes that have happened in the past month and a half that have been live classes on Facebook. And it's virtually impossible. We know this. This is Facebook's terrible little, learning engine. You put these things into a guide, and the guide is all messed up, and you can't find stuff. It's all out of order. But on the YouTube channel, I organize everything so that you can go to the Command 101 series and see from the beginning of the month the entire Command 101 for that month, and also the Command Select classes. And somebody was asking me the other day, what is the Command Select supposed to mean? And in a nutshell, what it is it's not a linear class. I do classes where I jump around a few things here and there, and I'll talk about different topics throughout the month. So you don't have to worry about saying, okay, in the afternoon classes, I need to follow the whole month all the way through. And so those are just topic-based things that we just go through. And all of that stuff is available, very well organized, I must say, on the kwtechtube.com, which is the YouTube channel for us here at KWCLM. So please feel free to check
And
those out.
I was checking it out, Robert, and I have to say it is very well organized. And the great thing with watching everything on YouTube is that it keeps track of what you've watched. So if you do want to go in a series, you can literally go in a series almost
Yep.
as if you were taking a class in a certain order and keep
Yep.
track of where you've left off and where you need to pick back up.
Yeah, everything in there is playlist driven. So if you start the Command 101 playlist, it starts you at the beginning and it will just play through each of those. Don't forget, you guys, I'm one of these people where when I'm watching videos, I basically watch them at 1.5 to 1.75 in speed. You can change the speed of the videos when you're watching them. If you digest information quickly, you can speed them up. If you want to go a little bit slower, you can slow it down a little bit, which would be
That's how
very
I need
bad.
it because my mind moves like this.
Hi, I'm
I'm just
Molasses Mind. Hey, there's a caricature. Molasses Mind. It's kind of like Mastermind, but way slower.
I was gonna say mastermind, kind of like opposite of
Kind
molested
of.
mind.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's 10 o'clock today. We have the 101 series, and today is honestly today's the biggest class. I spend the most time on this one is the contacts. It's heart of your database, and so that people really get a handle on why contacts are so important and what they can do for you. In the afternoon, the marketing and designs, which is kind of why we have Babs here today, because it's marketing and designs, and I'm gonna pick your brain in just a couple quick seconds here to make sure that we have the
Uh-oh.
latest and greatest. And I'm gonna tell you something that you may, well, you probably know it. Yeah, I mean, we'll discuss it, but I think that you're already gonna know it. And so that's it for the today's classes. Of course, tonight we have night school. I think Jason has night school tonight. It's not on my calendar. No, there it is. Yep, night school is tonight at 6 o'clock. So you should definitely check that out. That'll be a lot of fun. And then, I don't. I'm not. I'll let other people get somber with this. I kind of don't like to talk about it. 9/11. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. Everybody is talking about it now, but you won't find me going into any big long things because it's uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't like having to kind of go back into that. I want to move forward, but every year we kind of think about this stuff. I am going to ask you real quick though, Alana. How old were you?
I was, what, that happened 20 years ago. I was 3.
So you don't really, you have no recollection of it, but you have recollection through school, I'm sure, of learning about it. That.
Yeah, and of course, like a lot, because all my teachers that I had in elementary school, they were like teaching while it happened, and so they talked about like their experience with
Hmm.
having to discuss it with their students at the current time, um, and even just like hearing it from their perspective, it hurts every person,
Yeah.
every like American and outside of America, like any situation like that, it hurts and it breaks your heart.
Just out of curiosity, because you're so young, and this is not anything. This is totally straight and serious. At what age did you realize what people were talking about? Because at a young age, it's not real. When did it become like, oh my God, I get it. I see what happened. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was. I remember what class I want to say it was 5th grade, because it was with Mrs. Tempe. Yeah, that was my teacher. But she had explained it, and she actually had our principal come in and explained it in further detail, and we actually watched videos, and that was like the first time of
Hmm.
actually seeing footage of what had happened, and like all of us students were just like, whoa, like this is an actual real life thing that happened not long
Hmm.
ago,
Hmm.
and this was the tragedy that followed from it. These were the people that were hurt from it.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's when it was just kind of like, holy cow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't. Being, I was an adult, and it was dramatic and real. And the weird thing that I guess for someone that's younger, and we're talking 21 years ago now, 20 years ago, 20 years, right? Today's the 20th anniversary. Um, I can't imagine the distance to the reality because you didn't see it. It's the same thing, I guess, that I would say in the way that I feel about Kennedy. I was a kid. I was tiny when this happened, and so when that happened, it didn't mean anything to me then. It wasn't until later. So I have that kind of understanding and association,
Hmm.
but because it was a single person, Kennedy, as opposed to the entire globe being affected by what happened on 9/11. I know that people would argue, and this is not certainly to put a line in the sand, but for me, Kennedy being a single person was very different from what happened in 9/11. When you have such a massive impact on so many lives, and that
Hmm.
was it was a very very strange day. And I'm not going to go back and do the "what were you doing" thing because it's a long story, as are all of them, I'm sure. But it's one of those things where as we get closer here, as we've been getting closer, I keep thinking, wow, it seems like yesterday. We were talking about
Yeah.
the fact that cell phones hadn't even really. I mean, there were cell phones, but there wasn't the iPhone, and so a lot of the video. I did see an interesting video the other day where somebody had taken some of the original footage and upscaled it to 4K, which is blowing my mind because it looks like today's footage as opposed to that old grainy stuff. And you see then,
Wow.
you have an image in your head of what you saw then, and now you see it even sharper, and it's like, oh yeah, let's sharpen the blade a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's tough to watch.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So all
but
right,
all
so
the more
and
reason just throughout this time to keep everyone who was directly affected in our thoughts and in our prayers,
I totally
especially for those who lost
agree.
loved ones. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so there's our. Tim is probably going to talk about it tomorrow and have some conversations about that. But I wanted to touch on it only just because, it's something we need to acknowledge. We do acknowledge because of the way we feel, but I don't want to dwell on it. So, anyways, enough of that. Let's talk about marketing, and I want to talk about something that we kind of talked about offline. And that's mail, not necessarily MailChimp, but mail marketing, mass mail marketing. Do you work with people, agents specifically, who are doing mass mailings, doing mailing campaigns and things like that?
I work with agents to design them.
Mm-hmm.
They are typically the ones that will send them out, but a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the mass mailings that I do are through smart plans. Just because it's again, just the automatic, like you design your smart plan, get it sent out. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I'm doing with agents.
Okay. What are the
Mhm.
most common things that people are putting together in those emails? And what's the subject? Is it brand awareness or is it listings? What is the most common thing you're doing?
Yeah, so of course it's dependent on the type of agent that I'm working with. A lot of the newer agents, of course, are doing brand awareness, and so what our goal is to push their app, um, so that people can download that app, have that agent as their own agent on the app. Um, and I say this even for like Facebook ads too, is because there's value that you're providing for the people who are receiving this email, and they feel like they're getting something out of it because they can get Zillow at their fingertips, which I think is really cool, and of course probably a ton of other people do as well. Um, so yeah, newer agents pushing the app heavily, more
Mm-hmm.
experienced agents sharing listings. So anytime they get a listing, we have an email that's already designed, we just put in the listing information and they do a huge blast.
Very, very cool. I wanted to show you something, and I have some just nothing burger here as far as to the content is concerned. But I wanted to show you something because I'm going to step on the marketing toes for just a tiny bit because I want to show people how they can do some really cool
Oh,
things. But I'm pretty sure you know this, but I'm going to show it to you and everybody here. So I'm going to change over. I'm going to show my screen here for a second. I think this will light that up, and it did not. Let's try this. Okay, so Alana, you're in the background right now because I don't have a special screen for this, so it's going to be just
oh, that's okay.
me and the screen here. But what I have up in front of you on the screen here is Google Docs. And all I did here is, I'll just go ahead and make this little top line, a title line, so that you can see it. It's probably a little bit much. Let's undo that, and we'll do right there. Let's just move this here. And the reason I want to show you this is because I want to show you guys some really cool feature that I don't know if you guys know this, because the fact of command is tied so integrate. It's integrated so deeply with Google. Check this out. Here's a Google Doc, right? And I got formatting. If I wanted to put a picture in here, I could. I could do anything that I want in here. And I'm making my format of my email. So this is just a little email here. So one of the neat things is if you build your design in Google Docs and then select your entire design with your formatting, your colors, your fonts, your everything. If you select what you've done in Google Docs and copy it to your clipboard, when you go into Command and you go into Designs, if you're going to be creating an email design, so I'll go ahead and create a quick little email design here. And it says, you can take one from a template, but I'm going to create a brand new template here. And I'm going to put a text box on the middle of the page. And in this text box, when I double click it to edit the text, I'm going to go over here on the right and I'm going to replace that text with the clipboard. It will make what I've done in the Google Docs, formatting and everything, come across here. And this way, you can do the designs without having to worry about using the formatting tools inside of Command. Now, I've done this a lot with some really cool stuff lately, where the marketing campaigns, people are building really, really neat marketing campaigns in Canva, in Google Docs, and all these other places, and having their beautiful formatting, the way that they like it to look. And then when they're done, they just copy it into the text box of an email campaign, and they create it that way, saving tons and tons of time in formatting. And I just wanted you guys to know that, because it's one of those little things here. Here's an example of one that was done recently. This is a little design. Oh, that's WeBrand. That was done, but it was done in Google Docs actually. So the same thing. You can paste it all directly from inside here to Google to the WeBrand, which is the designer here. I think this is one of those cool little finds that you look at and you go, I think that's a really neat idea. Did you know that you could do that? Build it in Google Docs and then copy and paste it into Command?
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, yes, because that's always how I do my email marketing. I just like build it in Google Docs and then just copy and paste. Um,
Perfect.
because not only is it easier from a formatting perspective, but then also from just the perspective of, okay, now I have like all of my past email marketing
Inside Google
words,
Docs.
stuff in a Google Doc. And so if you
Yeah.
need to reference it or change it, you don't need to go directly into the design. You can just go into the Google Doc, edit what you have to, copy and paste, and make it super easy for you.
It is, I think you're now that you've said that, it kind of plays into the thing about that I have about designing is how can I make it so that the next one that I do, I don't have to start from scratch. How much can I
Yes.
templatize? How much can I do? And I'm gonna throw another thing about the templates out at you here. I think that this is one of my favorite things too. So I'm gonna set this up while I'm chatting here. If anybody use Gmail, yes, yes, we do. We all use Gmail. You all use Gmail in the way that you use the connection to Command as well, because you can send out emails from within Command. One of my favorite things to do is to create templates in Gmail so that you can have a template applied to something and send out a form letter, but it's not a mass mailing. It's like a one-off thing, but it's based on a template. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring up my email for a second for you here. And there it is. All right. So when you compose an email, if you do anything in the body of your email, I'll just do a little thing here. I'll put hello in here, and that's it. Okay. When you create the body of your email, take all of the signature data out of the email. Come down here to the little three dots in the lower right hand corner. Click the three dots, and where it says templates, you can say save draft as a template and say save it as a new template, and I'll just call this hello. And when you do that, it takes everything that you've done in the body of the email and saves it as a template. And then when you want to create a new one from that, create a new email and leave the signature area in the bottom and come over here to the three dots again, choose templates and say hello, and it will put everything in there just as you had done when you had built the original. Now I use this for forms where like welcome emails and things like that I want to do one off. If I'm doing a lot of them, I build them in Command, and I do the same thing in Google Docs and I put it all in Command. But this is a really cool tool to build yourself some email templates for introducing, maybe you've got a contract signed and you have a checklist and you want that checklist to go out for everybody to see, or for the people that have signed that contract to see. So there's some really cool tools that you can do. So yeah, this isn't a class, but I'm hoping that what I've just done here is made people go, oh, wait a minute, you can do what? And you can reach out to two specific individuals. They're on your screen right now. Alana and
What?
who's that other guy? Who's that other
He's
guy?
bald, I
Yeah.
think.
Wow, straight to the bald, huh? Wow, he went straight there. Just wow, just
Okay, well,
boom.
here's the thing. I'm used to it because my dad is more bald than you are.
What
And
is
so we
more
make fun of him
bald?
all the time. Like he's got extra shine on his head. Like it's like Like literally he walks outside and you see the
You can see the
sparkles.
Milky Way reflecting in the top of his head.
You can. It's insane. Every time I look at him, like if we're sitting out in the sun, I'm like, I need my sunglasses, Dad.
Oh my god. Wow, that's love.
And we
Well,
love
he is
him.
your dad, so I guess
Yeah.
you can beat up on him any way you want there. That'll work.
Yeah.
But okay, so
So,
yeah, no, we
anyways,
have two people
Mr.
here
Robert.
that can help you out. Wait, what?
Yep.
I was taking the trash out, so I missed it, causing me to reach out. Who said that? I gotta
Carol.
go find out who that is now.
Carol
Hold on.
Goodwin said it.
Somebody said who is that?
Carol did.
Carol. Oh, that was Carol. Oh my God. Hello. That's hilarious. So yeah, no, reach out and talk to us because we have some really really cool ideas for you. We have some really cool things that we can help you
Mhm.
with to make your life easy. And those little
Well, and
tips
also
like
not
that.
only that, yeah, make your life easy. And then at least like if you come to me and especially with something such as the email template or even a social media template, you're saving so much time and also
Hmm.
you're saving money because things like that, it's just like a one-time design. I'll create the template for you and then you can go in
Yeah,
and edit it however you need to for future marketing campaigns.
love
So I
it.
encourage you guys, yeah, reach out. Let's get a template created for either email, social media, whatever it may be, so that you guys can just save time
Yeah.
and still get marketing stuff out there.
You know, if you think about these little tips that I give out and these little tips that Alana give out, we love doing these little things because we learn from each other as well. When you attend any of the classes that I have, and granted, they're a little bit, they're an hour long. Sometimes you don't have an hour to sit through there. But these little tips, like that I just give there for 2 seconds, those are inside of the classes. And so I try to give them out in as many different formats as possible. But if you can't attend one of the classes, you guys know you could reach out to me, right? You can always reach out and schedule some time with me. You can reach out to Alana and do some work with her and have her create these templates, again, to make your life easy and save time and save money. But we're always available for you here. So that's something that really important to remember is you have a whole team of incredibly goofy technical nerds over here that are always looking for these little things. You're busy doing what you're doing, and we're busy trying to make your life easier. So reach out to us at any time, and we can apply the super duper nerdy skills that we've learned to make your business run smoother. I think that's a really important part of it too. So what are you doing for the rest of the day,
Exactly.
Alana?
Today I'm doing some marketing stuff.
No,
Surprise,
wow,
surprise. And
no.
then this afternoon I'm heading out to Dover, to spend some time with Virginia and help her out with a few things.
Nice, nice. So you're not going to be in the office.
Yeah.
You're gonna. I heard it was going to rain today though. It looks pretty gloom out there right now.
Yeah. Well, it's sunny out now, which is kind of weird. I don't know if you can see
I
me
see some sun on
squinting.
your face there, but I'm looking into 75 acres of woods out this window, and it looks very dark. It looks like the Black
Yeah, well,
Forest
it
in
was weird.
Germany.
Yeah, this morning I was like drinking my coffee, and then all of a sudden I hear whoosh, and like in Manchester it's just downpouring, and I was like, "Is it downpouring right now?" And my mom was like, "I thought it wasn't happening till the afternoon, but apparently it was pouring
Yeah,
this
yeah.
morning." So I
Well,
think it's gonna be like that all day.
yeah. I was out digging a hole in the ground yesterday, and I tried to get as much of it filled back in because otherwise I'm going to have a pond. So hopefully,
Why were you digging a hole?
well, I'm taking out a stump it's a birch
Oh,
tree. And let me tell you something. I had no idea how monstrous the roots of a birch tree are. I've been
that's
working
really
on this
odd
thing for a
because they're
couple of
not they're
days.
not huge trees.
No, but the roots on this thing, I mean, the not even the tap root, but the regular roots on the bottom there are like 7, 8 inches around. And I was worried about this tree being blown over in some any storms that we might be having. And it's kind of been bugging me for a couple of years. After I cut the tree down and started working on the root, I realized I'm like, this tree was never ever going to come down.
Is there for the rest of
Yeah.
forever.
This was the one tree I could have left in the yard and said, nope, this one is never going to fall because the roots are so massive on this thing. Oh, it's too funny.
Wow.
Anyway,
That's
so
insane.
listen, I'm going to close this out. You are going to be spared the singing, but I just wanted to say happy birthday to you for yesterday. I know we didn't talk yesterday, so happy
Oh,
birthday,
thank
lady.
you.
And I
Ah,
know
thank
that
you. You're so kind.
you're a youngster, and I know that the classic things are important to you. Like the real vintage things really matter to you, like Elf, which is like
Yes.
5 years old in my mind.
Oh, that is funny. Well, I
So
mean, I do like It's a Wonderful Life. That's a great movie.
who doesn't? Actually,
Yeah.
who doesn't? Who in this world could not
Yeah.
like "It's a Wonderful Life"?
Seriously, like the story's good, the acting's good. It's Christmas, and Christmas is amazing. Everything is good.
One of these days, I'll tell you the story behind that. That is an interesting story about how that became a popular movie because it was an absolute miserable failure flop when it came out. But now it is considered like
Interesting.
one of the Christmas standards.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to have Christmas story time with Robert Vincent in December.
We can do that. I'll tell you what. What is your New Year's Eve movie? What is the one movie you
Mine?
watch? Yeah, what's your New Year's Eve movie?
Well, I don't watch movies on New Year's Eve, but New Year's Day, my mom always watches The Bells of St. Mary,
Oh,
and
okay.
I usually just watch it with her. So, which is
There
that's a
you go.
good classic. It's with Bing Crosby, and
Yep.
so it's from back then. It's a good
Well, we
movie.
have the Christmas movies, Holiday Inn and, It's a Wonderful Life and things like that. But we have one movie, and I'm curious to see, we have a bunch of people here on Facebook today. If you're on Facebook, let me know what your your New Year's Eve movie is. Because everybody has a lot of Christmas movies, but there's one for us, and I'll just give it to you as we close out here. When Harry Met Sally. You don't? Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Oh no. No, that's not possible. No, 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 no,
Well, okay, I think I've
no.
told you guys plenty of times I'm not a big movie watcher.
Yeah, but
So I like
but
I'm so sorry.
look at you shrinking in your seat. You're cracking me up. All right, that's your assignment for this year. New Year's Eve, When Harry Met Sally. And everybody else, let me know what you guys are thinking.
Okay.
We're about out of here, and my everything's beeping on me here. The day is about to begin. You guys have an awesome day. Tim is back with us tomorrow. I know that this wasn't much real estate stuff, but there was some cool stuff about Google Docs and Command in there. So a little bit of a reprieve from the normal stuff we talk about, but hopefully you got some good stuff here today. As always, Alana, it is awesome to have you and talk with you, and everybody else out there. Have a great day, and I will see you around. And be careful out there in the weather if you're going to get out and be crazy out there. Seriously.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for having me, Robert.
All
And
right.
bye,
Thanks.
guys.